actually a specific day. I think it's June 18th, 1973, for a historical reason, because we were trying to figure out like when in history was the president ever separated from the guy with the nuclear football. There's always a military attaché next to him with this, bag that's called the nuclear football. And one of the few times in history, and it wound up being great creatively, was in June of 1973. Nixon was hosting Leonid Brezhnev, the Soviet premier, at Camp David, which is in Western Maryland. And as part of a détente, this was kind of an era of détente. They were trying to come up with all these treaties to limit nuclear proliferation, certainly among the two superpowers. And as a peace offering, Nixon gives Brezhnev a Lincoln Continental. He got the Lincoln Motor Company, give him a Lincoln Continental, because it turned out Brezhnev loved cars, big gearhead. Yeah. Anyways, Brezhnev gets in the car, goes, "Oh my God, this is amazing." Nixon gives him the keys and he says, "Oh, Nixon, sit." Nixon sits in the passenger seat and Brezhnev takes off down these mountain roads.
I remember this.
Yeah, on Camp David. Yeah, no, it's a historical thing. I didn't know about it. My friend Matthias knew the story. And, and it's a little vague in the historical record, but for like at least 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, maybe longer, nobody knew where Nixon and Brezhnev were. I'm sure in real life, they were all just panicking and freaking out. Like, where did these two guys go? And even Nixon in his own memoirs wrote that he was terrified because Brezhnev was such a bad driver.
Guy. Right. Yeah.
And he thought they were both going to go over the side of a cliff or hit some army jeep, coming up the other way.
Dig it now.